You don't want to miss tomorrow's show because the director of the Tom Brady documentary, Tom vs. Time, Gotham Chopra, will be here, along with one of the best wide receivers in the draft, Christian Kirk. And Wednesday, we've got Hall of Famer Rod Woodson live in studio. It's all this week right here on Undisputed. Doc Rivers, Alvin Gentry, and Stan Van Gundy were all fined $15,000 in the past few days for criticizing officials. Van Gundy said the refs were, quote, embarrassing for the league after the Pistons lost to the Blazers on Saturday. Doc calls the officials a, quote, complete joke after the Rockets shot nearly 3 times as many free throws as the Clippers. Then Gentry went off on the refs after the Pelicans lost to Houston on Saturday. Take a listen.
The thing that bothers me more than anything, and I really don't care, is that, you know, we try to play the right way and we play our ass off. And then what happened to us is that, you know, AD never gets a call. He never gets a call. You know, we talk about them holding him. We talk about them grabbing him on rolls. We're talking about him coming under him on post-ups. He never gets a call. Not one. And you know why? Because he doesn't complain about it. He just keep playing the game. And so then it comes down to a few plays in the game. You can't guess on plays when you got teams playing for playoff spots. You can't guess on the game. You can't guess on a foul. It's not right. It's not right. Because you know what? We're battling our ass off for a playoff spot. All I want to do is have an equal opportunity to win the game and not have an opportunity where we're guessing out of the corner on the biggest play of the game, what we call a three-point foul. Everybody look at that. You take a look at that. If anybody out here thinks it's a foul, then you tell me. Then I'll shut up and I won't say one more thing ever again. You take a look at the play. You take a look at the play when the guy walks up and winks his eye and says, you know, like, yeah, I got him, you know. Thanks. Bye.
Shannon, what do you make of this?
Take that for data. The 3 coaches that were fined, Skip, they're feeling the pressure. Let's start with Stan Van Gundy. He's in charge of everything. He's the head coach. He picks the players. He made the trade for Blake Griffin.
He did.
And now they're 6.5 games out of the final spot in the East. So he's feeling the pressure. Doc Rivers, he had the GM taken from him, given to Jerry West. He's feeling the pressure.
Yep.
Now, Alvin Gentry, he might be safe because Boogie Cousins went down, and Anthony Davis has been playing out of his mind. But he's feeling the pressure of the expectations of getting this team to the playoffs. But this is not a good look for the NFL. Skip, it used to be the coach here or there would try to plant the seed, try to get some calls, especially in the playoffs. Normally, one team shoot more free throws than the other, and he'll plant, look, I don't know what game they're repping. But for one team to shoot 15, 10 more threes than free throws than the other team, that's unacceptable. So you're just trying to plant that seed. But it's every game. And it's not only coaches, it's the players. So we're getting players and coaches basically after every game from the losing side that says the officiating was terrible. And why is this team shooting? You already know when you play the Houston Rockets. They're going to shoot more free throws than you. One, they have James Harden. He's going to the free throw line 12 to 15 times a game. So just go ahead and chalk that one up. Say, look, guys, just drive the ball and let's just hope for the best. But I just think it's these guys in particular, and we see it more, but these guys are under immense pressure.
They are.
When you trade for Blake Griffin and you're close, and now you're 6.5 games out of the 6th spot, Skip, that's not a good look. Doc Rivers knows what's going on here. They took the power that he had to select the players and gave that to Jerry West, so now he's only a coach. Chris Paul wanted to leave. A lot of people think that has something to do with Doc. That doesn't look good with Steve Ballmer. And then Alvin Gentry, like I said, I believe he's safe because Anthony Davis is playing out of his mind. But that pressure will cause you to lash out, especially, like you said, 2 of these 3 guys are in a playoff hunt, the Clippers and the Pelicans. But this is what happens when the expectations of you getting to the playoffs and you're not meeting those expectations.
So we're in the throes of March Madness right now, and college basketball has always been a coach's game. The coach are the stars in college.
Correct.
Pro basketball, the NBA, is a player's game. It is a star's game. And once one of these coaches, in desperation, steps up, speaks out, and defends his player for not getting enough calls, then the other bottom feeders, the other guys who are on the edge of the playoffs, they all feel compelled. They got to speak up and speak out for their stars because they want to make sure their stars stay happy, which will keep them
knowing he
their
got
job.
my back.
Yeah, yeah, you got my back. So I've been around Alvin Gentry enough to know and to tell you, he is really a good guy. He's an NBA lifer. He's quality, high character. I was uncomfortable watching him in that rant because that's the first time he's ever done that, and he did not look comfortable doing it. It was premeditated. He'd thought it through. He'd sort of planned out his little speech, and he starts off by saying, the thing that bothers me the most, and I don't really care. Well, then what are you talking about? You know, why are you even talking? If you don't really care, and then he goes off. And the final irony to this rant was, well, two things. But first of all, his guy, Anthony Davis, attempts the third most free throws in basketball.
I wasn't going to say nothing.
Okay. The third most?
I wasn't going to say nothing.
Yeah.
I know a guy that's a little further, north in the Midwest.
That's true.
That would love to get some Anthony Davis loving.
You know what? I agree with that. LeBron does not get nearly enough calls as he drives the ball to the basket, which is why he should drive the ball to the basket even more.
They won't call it.
Okay, whatever. So, back to Alvin Gentry. The irony of the spot that he picked to make a stink over was the play in which Drew Holiday
hit James Harden on the wrist.
He hit him on the wrist. Can we see that again?
Yeah.
He hit him on the wrist. He clearly just hits him on the wrist. He just reached out. Just because you snap your hand back, it doesn't mean you didn't hit him on the wrist. But he popped him right on the wrist.
Yeah,
right, here we go. Tell me he doesn't. That's a bad angle, but if we see the side view, he just popped him right on the wrist.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he got it.
Yes.
And the irony of that is, James Harden, if you just merely take your defensive stance when he's shooting a three, they're going to blow the whistle on you.
Everybody knows if you put your hand out, the guy's going to bring the ball up through your hands, and he's going to get three. So don't do it.
Okay? So he picked the wrong spot to make the right point, because it's the right point.
Right.
James Harden gets way too many of those calls. He shot 47 more free throws than Greek Freak, who is second in free throw attempts. He averages 10 a game, 10.1. Greek Freak's 8.9, but then there's AD at 7.8. Well, 7.8 is pretty good, and it's way better than LeBron's getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My guy said, you know what? Y'all don't want to call, so I just bust these threes in your face.
Yeah.
I just shoot 54% from the field. I just hit these step backs.
Yeah.
Oh, you remember Thursday? Saturday. Saturday.
Yeah.
Ooh, on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. In Chicago.
Yeah. He stopped by Blaze, got him a good old pie. He loved it.
You're really on that.
Yeah, he loved that. Yeah, he's Chicago. He stopped by, because, normally Chicago, they known for that piece of those thick. I mean, woo. But he said, no, I'm going to go by Blaze and get me old thin slice, probably got pepperoni. That's what I like, too. I like pepperoni, double ground beef.
Stepping out with that lady.
Yeah, he got her a slice, too.
Mr. Beloved.
Yeah. She said she wanted anchovies on hers and olives.
Anchovies.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Those are fattening. You realize that.
Miss Triple Dog fat, she got 15 of them. He been feeding them for the whole year, Skip Bayless. You know what's happening. It makes you sick. I mean, you know what's going to happen tonight, right? You know what's going to happen tonight, right?
I don't.
Triple-double.
Really?
Yeah.
Against a bad Milwaukee team?
Don't do that, Skip.
Barely above 500?
No, don't do that, Skip. You didn't say they were bad when they beat them like 2 months ago.
I did.
No.
I've not liked them.
So we're going to pay them back.
Oh, okay. Good. God bless.
No.
That's big. That's impressive.
Got some for the Raptors on Wednesday, too. Do right now. You want it?
Nope.
Oh, wow, Skip. Hold on. We down Kevin Love. We without our head coach, and I can't get
back. He'll play against the Raptors.
No, he probably wasn't going to play. We don't need
probably going
We
to
don't
play.
need it.
Oh,
Brian going to single-handedly do this.
You don't need him?
Nope.
He needs
we
an
don't need him
all-star.
now. In the playoffs, we going to need him.
Oh.
But right now, O'Brien got this. Can I get a do?
No.
Skip, the Raptors won 57 games. Like 53, 54 games already, Skip. And I can't get no do.
I don't trust
DeMar DeRozan.
I don't trust him.
Kyle Lowry.
Don't trust
Serge Ibaka.
Do not trust him.
You were just heaping praise on Van Fleet.
I do, but
He's
out.
They got
He's
CJ
out.
Miles. What about Valanciunas? The
Never
Lithuanian terror.
Do not trust him. Sorry.
He might be the best big man from Lithuania since Sabonis.
Yeah. He's not better than Nurkic. And by the way, did you notice?
Nurkic is not from
Nurkic
Lithuania.
came back from the dead. He played last night. I don't know how he did it. He was left for dead, right? You told me they
Oh,
did
yeah. They did it.
the chalk line around
Yeah,
him?
they put him down. He came back to.
He's a zombie?
It took like 3-4 days for you
He's
to
a
recover.
zombie.
It
That's
takes-
right. I didn't even think about
It
that.
takes 3 or 4 days for you to recover.
I mean, he's not a LeBron zombie, obviously.
No.
LeBron made him a screensaver.
Huh.
Everybody talking about it.
Is this still your background?
Blew up the internet, Skip.
Speaking of LeBron, is LeBron just chasing stats this season? We'll
No,
discuss that
no,
next.
don't do that. Don't do that.